Hey, today we're looking at LiftFX from Boom Library. Let's check it out. So everything you just heard in that intro was made by LiftFX with the exception of the kick drum, which was just a simple loop. I was using 9 different instances of LiftFX with different presets. It's a pretty complex sound, and it would take me days to get something similar designing all these sounds from scratch. So this tool is really interesting and really fun for that sort of EDM build-up transition effect stuff. Lots of really complex sounds in here, and it's a lot of fun to use. I'm gonna actually get to switch over to another demo song that I made over the last few days, sort of in the style of Danger. And here I'm using 7 instances of LiftFX throughout the production for some different transition effects. So I don't really know what genre that is, but it was a lot of fun to make, and I really enjoy the sound of it. And LiftFX was a great tool in keeping these sort of longer sections interesting. In this middle section here, my main focus was layering lots of percussion and making some interesting loops with those. These instances of LiftFX really helped keep that interesting throughout. So LiftFX is a plugin for creating these transitions, lots of complex sounds, and then lots of ways that you can tweak it really easily. If you imagine designing these sounds with a synth or with samples layered, and this could get really complex. And then when you want to make a change, it takes a long time. LiftFX is really amazing because if you want that transition to reverse, there's just a little drop-down menu where you can choose forward or backwards. It has a large library of presets built in with different sounds and all these settings kind of made for you. Really great starting points, but it's really easy to change things as well. On the left, we have toggles for turning on delay and reverb. I find that they work really well, and I don't really have the urge to tweak these ever. You could always turn those off and use your own delay and reverb. In the center, it shows the progress of this sound throughout its transition, its build. There's a really simple drop down here for choosing whether it goes forward or backwards, whether you're going to write in automation to move that progress or use the mod wheel. So because it's a virtual instrument, you can just use the mod wheel on a keyboard, and it's really easy to perform it. Over here on the right, we've got pitch range. You can just type it in or drag it. And there's duration, and you can choose the rate of everything here. Most of the time when I'm using this, I'll know that I want a build of 2 bars or 4 bars, and I just type that in there. And if I want to browse different sounds, different presets, I can lock it with this little padlock icon here, or often I have both of those. I know that I want a forward build with 2-bar duration, and then I can go through any of the presets and not lose those settings. In this lower section here, we have a couple different parameters that we can change, whether it's through automation or through the progress bar, reversing that, or using the mod wheel again. And you can choose the amount that changes by just dragging in this, this dial here. And then there's some basic low cut, high cut, and volume controls. And these can, again, be controlled through automation, progress reversed, or mod wheel. So lots of hands-on control or control over how things are linked in here. So I think this is, yeah, so this is the sound here. So right now I have it on backwards with a 2-bar duration. Sounds like this. But if I want to change that, I can just flip this to forward. I can change the progress, the feedback, let's reverse it, change the LFO to progress, the panning we'll put on progress. So there's a lot of flexibility just with that, just changing what things are linked to the progress. And as I mentioned before, this is stuff that would take a long time and take a lot of effort to change once you have like samples or something in your project. Where here, it's just an instrument and it's really well laid out, really well thought out. So it's easy to change these things. So LiftFX is available from Boom Library. It's $89 US and does require a iLok account. Is this the sort of sounds that you need? I think you'll really like it, and it will end up being well worth the money. So Boom actually sent me this to review, to share with you guys, and I do really like it. I'm not doing electronic music production on a daily basis, but if I was, I would probably be relying on this rather than looking for samples all the time, because the flexibility here and the quality of the sounds is just top notch. So really impressed. And if you are interested, there's a link in the description. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Support the Reaper blog through Patreon, and visit reaperblog.net for a lot more tutorials.